Right, what have I said about this channel? It is real world plumbing. Now today is some proper head baffling, head scratching, real world plumbing. While you're here, can you have a look at this?
There was no point in me trying to take that off when you were coming anyway.
Because I'd have got the phone call at 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. You also have to be a carpet fitter. Just get a flat-headed screwdriver and just sort of poke it in like that.
Oh really? Did it happen?
Yeah, a little bit of water come out. So the bottom one, I think, Scotty. Right, welcome back to the channel. Summer's coming, I think. The sun's out, hence why the t-shirt's on. I want to start this video before I go any further, welcoming all the new subscribers to the channel. Welcome aboard for some real world plumbing. I'm Mark, and with these videos on this channel, what I try to do is just show you my day or few days of the week, you know, how I'm getting on, what I'm doing, but just in a real world context. My sort of thing is real world plumbing. I'm going to show you exactly how things get done. Everyone's got an opinion, everyone does things their way. I'm showing you my way. So especially in this video, you'll see at the end of this video there is some proper plumbing that you have to sort of step back and look at things and work things out and see how you're going to do them. But that's a good little video at the end. It's basically an outdoor shower on a job that we've been doing for a while. This week has been a really good week, actually. I've been doing loads of little jobs, pushing on with the barn a little bit, but I also went and met up with Rob, Matt and Andy. They're doing a thing with the Lighthouse Construction Charity about mental health within the construction industry. So I've done a video with them that I'm going to put out at some point next week, probably Monday, Tuesday next week. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button now and you'll get notified when that video goes up. But it's a video that a lot of people, there's no plumbing in it, it's just giving you awareness of mental health. If you're suffering with a little bit from it, it's going to give you some phone numbers, some contact places to go for people in the construction industry. It's something that I'm dead passionate about, because I suffered with it last year a little bit, and a few people who watch the channel have said it's great that you've touched on that. So I just want to give a bit back to you lot as subscribers to the channel. So that will be Monday or Tuesday. I've got it edited up. I just want to tweak it a little bit and add some bits to it. But if you get subscribed, you'll know when that comes out and you'll be able to see it. You're not going to miss it. So let me get on with this week's video. We've got a little bit of a rad change at a friend of mine's house that he's been wanting to do for a while. And what else? The outside shower. So yeah, hope you enjoy this video. Get subscribed and I shall catch you soon. Right, Monday morning. As usual, there's always a mate on the phone. All right, mate, any chance you can pop around and look at this for me? So, a mate of mine, Steve, he's been a mate of mine for 35, 40 odd years. Rung me up. All right, mate, I need a rad moving. You can't see me. All right, mate, I need a rad moving. Can you come round and have a look? We don't know which wall it's going on yet. We'll decide when we get there, or I'll let you know what it is. So, he's the culprit.
Tiffy's tasks.
Oh, yeah, and he's also got the old classic, while you're here, can you have a look at this? While you're here, can you have a look at that? So, what have I got to look at, Stephen?
Tiffy's task number 1.
Here we go. Bearing in mind I've only allowed a couple of hours, so these people, these mates, they always add bits on. Come on then.
Got a leaky pipe, which I have bodged with some plumber's tape that I found.
Yeah.
It's coming from there, I think. I thought it might be coming from down here, so I wrapped some
technical
that
stuff on it.
Plumber tape stuff,
yeah.
Bodged it basically. So it's still damp, but it's not, it was properly dripping under the floor.
Right, okay.
So, Tiffy's task number 2. The wife would ever so much like you.
I like the way you've switched it now,
If you
to the wife.
If you wouldn't mind, can you whip this radiator off?
Yeah.
So she can paint behind it.
Yeah.
And then whip it back on at any point in the next. Take it off as your first task.
Yeah.
So she can paint it and then chuck it back on. That's what I was...
Chuck it back on today?
Yeah, just take it off. She's going to lack a little bit of paint. And then you put it straight back on. Can that be done? Oh, that's what I was going to. That's what I was going to YouTube and do myself, but then.
Go on then, right, so this is the original job that Steve wanted doing.
And it's actually going in the original place where I told you
What,
when I
under
said
here?
in the video. Yeah.
So we want to move this rad over to here.
Is this stuff all right in here? We're just taking everything out from this wardrobe.
Yeah, I'll have to get the carpet. Is there much in it?
Can we move it to
I
here?
will shift it over there, just because if the carpet's got to go back that
I'll
way.
do that before I go. Yeah. I thought that, but
Yeah.
I want to move it out of the actual room.
We'll have a look in a minute. I'll roll the carpet, depending on which way the joists are going. If the boards are running that way, the joists are running that way. So yeah, we'll have a look. But it's going under here.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
That's the main job, the actual job.
Oh, we've got another one.
Oh yeah, one more little tiny tippy
Right,
task.
okay.
In the ensuite bathroom, it's just another little leak. So
Another leak?
that pipe there, yeah, it's got a drip and it drips on there and down there. I don't think it's too bad, but at one point I found a load of wet stuff in here. So I don't know if it needs tightening or some more like tape bodging around it or
Right, okay.
some whatever you plumbers do.
Is that it?
That's it.
Thanks. Love a little task.
Are they simple tippy tasks or not?
They could be. They could be.
Don't know until you actually look.
Well, I've got to drain the heating anyway to move your rad.
That's what, to be honest, that's sort of what I thought. If you were draining all the heating and stuff, there was no point in me trying to take that off when you were coming anyway.
Because I'd have got the phone call at 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon.
I flooded the house.
Yeah,
exactly,
again, like that one. There was a
exactly.
leak under there.
That's exactly what would have happened, mate.
Right, yeah, so he wants this rad moving onto this wall. So what we'll do, we'll whip the carpet up, see which way the joists are running, get the heating system drained down and go from there. Right, so we'll start with draining the heating down. Got the hose connected, luckily into here. So we'll be able to drain the top half of the system. And then when we attempt this radiator, I'll just get the aquavac out and suck out the water, because I think, by the looks of it, these two pipes there feed that rad. So, in theory, we won't have much water left. So, I'll whip the drain off open, into the dead handy sink we've got there, and drop the top of the system off. So it looks like we've got heating pipe there and heating pipe there. So we'll whip the rad off, get it on the wall there and repipe back over to here. So with the heating drain down, I've just unconnected the rad off there and off there. Obviously there's no water in it because we've drained it down. So we'll whip it off, place it into position over there, get it marked up, get it hung on the wall, and then look at getting the pipe work over to new position. So before I carry on, I'll quickly whip this rad off so that Anna can get painted behind it. Put a plumb thumb on that side, and I'll just, if you haven't seen them before, I'll just show you exactly what they're like. The system's drained down anyway, so there's not going to be any water in. I always keep the wet vac handy and always turn it on when I uncouple the valve from a rad, just in case. So I shall show you how it works. Disconnect the valve. Turn this on just to make sure. As I said, the system's drained down anyway, so there won't be any water in it. And then just get the plumb thumb, pop it on the end, screw that onto it. So you just know that when you lift it off, it's not going to leave any black sludge anywhere. So now Anna can get painted behind, what is it? Fairy. It's the one from Hook, isn't it? Peter Pan. So because this rad's going centre of this window, I've marked it somewhere. Where is it? There. Mark the centre of the window there. Centre of the rad there, so we can get the rad completely centre. I've also marked the top of where the brackets sit there and there. So when we push it back to the wall, like so, once I've centralised it up, we know exactly where to mark that, and we know where the bracket's going. And then loads of people hang rads differently. This is how I do it though. So to get your rad heights, I always put the bracket in position like so, and then measure from the top of the bracket, not this, top of this bracket to the floor, whatever distance that is, if you work from the floor up, wherever you want the bottom of the rad is this point here. So the bottom of your rad up is that measurement that you got from the top of the bracket down. So then get to the top of the bracket, put your line across, hang it, your rad will be at the perfect height that you want it. So that's the rad off there. We've got the two pipes there. This one is feeding from that way somewhere. So what I'll do is cut the end off there, come round here along this joist and then into the valve there. But this one, luckily, the pipe is here for this one. So, and it's just feeding that. I've just had my head under the boards and had a look. So that one's just feeding that. So what we can do is just pop an elbow on there, drill through that joist, connect the valve on there, loop a bit of pipe round and just connect that up. So that one's fairly straightforward, but that one will bring through, bring down, connect into that side of the rad. I'll just put a little 90 on that. We'll loop that down exactly where the valve's got to go and kick it round to there. So that will sit in the valve and then we can just get an elbow on there. Just drill through this joist here. So we can just come straight across, pick up this pipe, and that's that side connected. And then we'll drill the hole for the other side. We'll get that, we'll get a board up here, get that in, and take it back to there and across to pick up that pipe over that side. So while we've been doing that rad in the other room, Anna's painted behind this one. So we've rehung this one. Again, the plumb thumb's perfect. There's just been holding whatever's in that rad, which there isn't anyway because we drained it down, but just to be sure. So we'll pop these off now, get this one connected back up, and then we can finish the one in there. So before we fill the system back up, Steve said about this valve leaking. What I'm going to do is, got the aquavac here, so I'm going to undo these two nuts, see if I can clean them up, see if I can get some paste on them, tighten them back up. I think that's all it is. It just looks a bit old and manky, to be fair. Now, as I said, because this is the we drained obviously the top half of the system, but because this is the lowest one, there might be a bit of water in it, obviously. So I've got the aquavac here, so I'll have that running while I'm doing it. There we go. Easy enough, just whack some paste on it. I could have got the plumb thumbs on it, to be fair, but only took a minute or so. There we go. As I said, that rad's back on. We've got the one there that Anna's painted behind, and the one that's downstairs that was leaking we've sorted out. Shut off all the air vents on the rads upstairs as per usual. So we shall look at getting this filled up. Obviously it's showed an F1 fault because there's no pressure in it, so we'll get the drain off, shut off. And before anyone says anything, no, this is nothing to do with me. Get the system refilled. Obviously open the filling loop up, other side. Pressure gauge will go up. Get it up to 2 bar, go and vent it out, repressurise it as and when, and then I'll leave it at 1.5 bar, obviously reset it. So I'm just putting this room back together now after moving the rad to there, as I said earlier, from there. But this one is for the apprentices and everyone who's getting into the plumbing game. You also have to be a carpet fitter, whether you're a plumber or electrician or whatever. But obviously to get the pipe work from there over to there, you've got to take the carpet up, underlay up, get the boards up, do it. But then you've got to relay the carpet. So they don't tell you. You have to learn how to relay carpets. Well, not completely relay them, but just so that they go down half decent. So you just got to try and get the underlay all even. See? You didn't notice this carpet fitting channel as well, did you? Luckily, as I said, this is a mate's house. But what I do say is, if ever I'm doing a rad like this for someone, I always advise them, look, I'll get the carpet back down, You know, it may need restretching. Usually they go down all right. So I'll show you what I do. I literally just pop the carpet back into place and then go around the outside, sort of push it down with your feet like so, and then around the outside just get a flat-headed screwdriver and just sort of poke it in like that. And then once it's all in, sort of give it a bit of a jump and a push, if you know what I mean. Jump and a push, technical terms. And then when we come to the valves, all I do, I'm sure someone will critique me for it, is just push that up to the pipe like that, go on an angle, run it down the pipe, and it goes round like so. So again, on this one, a little slice, push it in, and then get the screwdriver again, technical, because obviously it'll pick up on the grippers anyway, and just run it down. I think this one goes under the skirt, yeah, looks like I put the skirt on after the carpet. But yeah, they don't show you. Or you'll go to a job and think, shit, how am I going to get the rest of that carpet back in there? So thought I'd share the knowledge with you. That's what this channel's all about. Give it a little shoving with your feet. There you go. Carpet fitter as well. Right, what have I said about this channel? It is real world plumbing. Now today is some proper head baffling, head scratching, real world plumbing. So what we've got is, at this customer's house, it's got a hot tub and we're having an outdoor shower here. So let me try and explain this one. The shower's going into this position. Now it's an all-in-one sort of chrome large tube shower. If you've ever fitted something like this, they're a pain because you've got to line everything all up at the same time. So I'll talk you through it as best I can, but it might sound gibberish after a while. Hot and colds, what they supply is a metre long flexi, and then you've got this tube that obviously bolts to the floor. If I offer it into place, you've then got that much, probably 2.5 inches sticking out the bottom. Yeah, you've got to lose that, as well as getting a connection on the bottom. So you've got to lose that within this tube, which we're struggling with. Now I'm sure someone's going to go, I've done it before, you do it like this, piece of piss. We scratched our heads, me and Scott, we scratched our heads, haven't we? Yeah. We scratched our heads, and this is the best way we've come up with for it to work. So what we're going to do, we're putting a shorter flexi on here with a male line to copper on there. We've got plastic coming out the floor, so the plastic will come out the floor here. We'll then put a 15mm plastic coupler on, because the pipe will spin within that. So then this pipe can be connected into there. So all I've got to do then is spin this connection on when everything's in place, because we've got this, we can spin it round on that bit there, if that makes sense. I'm sure if you watch it again you'll understand. Spin it there means we can tighten that up there. So that means we can cut it to suit, slide that collar over the pipe, so that connection's going to be roughly around here. Then our main line to copper, then up, so that'll leave us, what was it, Scott, 30mm? Yeah. Give us 30mm at the top here to connect, to tighten that fitting in, and then the top of the shower will drop on. And because this is threaded inside here, we're going to mark the holes, mark the holes, drill them, but that means we can spin that because it's threaded onto the top of the shower. It's just a load of fucking bits going like that to get an end result. It's a bit of a nightmare, but I'll film as much as we can of it. Well, I'll film all of it, but we'll probably lose our shit at some point during it. But again, these are the things you've got to get over. You've got to spend a little bit of time working out what we're going to do. Me and Scott sat for about half an hour going, we can do this, this and this. So we'll give this a go and see how we get on. That's the shower. So what we'll do, we'll put it into position.
Right.
Try and put it into position. So these are what we're going to trim down a certain height and then slide it all over. But we're going to offer it into position now. Mark the holes where they've got to go. They're all lagged in the floor. You know, people are going to go, oh, it's going to freeze up. We're aware it's going to freeze up, or it could freeze up. There's shut-off valves in the plant room that feed it, and we'll have to drain it down. So we've marked that plate out now. We'll drill these 6 holes out, and then we can offer that actual column into place. So I just want to double check that it's going to work. And then we'll trim them down to where we need them, and me and Scotty will just try and manoeuvre it all in one. So we've got the connections on there, as we've said, and then we're going to put the male line to coppers on, like so, and then the flexes, so that when that's all in position, all I've got to get to is that nut there, and we can just tighten that up. And because where it's tightening in, because we've got it onto that connect, it will just spin on the plastic coupler.
It's just weather, because we've done them 2 couplers at the same height, whether we're going to have a problem with fitting them in the tube together. I just thought of it then, when you push that together then. Because we've done them at the same height. I wonder whether one of them wants to drop.
Yeah, but if you drop one of them, you haven't got the length on that.
No, you'd have to lengthen this, wouldn't you? So these 2.
Oh, of course, yeah.
These 2 would be the same height.
Well, should we do that now, because it's done then?
Yeah, because I think you basically need to drop that to there, then extend that.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd probably do that one, because that one you're not connected up yet.
We cut it there. So Scott just made a good point. We just tighten these in, and because we're quite limited in room in that column that's going on, we should have staggered those couplers down. So I'm just going to cut this one off, put it, you know, so far down, and then they're not going to be that thick. They're just going to be stepped down. So we'll get them cut out. So we're ready now, as I think I've just explained, but now that's in, we can turn that into the fitting, and it will just turn on there. It's the best way we think we can do it, so we'll give it a go. So that's where it's going to sit at the bottom, and we've just got those 2 little bits at the top that I can get little grips on that and get them tightened in. But I forgot to mark on the top which is which, so we'll do that now.
Over here now.
Right, so we're in. Looks spot on. So we just screw the rainfall shower head onto there. We get the body one onto there. The plate's covering the screws. You just have to trim down the back of it a little bit, just to slide it down. But yeah, we was governed by where the pipes were. So yeah, they'll be able to jump out. They'll be able to hit the gym, come out the gym into the hot tub, from the hot tub into the shower. There we go, heads on. We're going to turn the water on now. So the water turns on at the plant room at the back. So we'll go in a minute, get the water on, and give it a test out, make sure it's all alright.
Yeah,
moment of truth.
No fucking water coming through, probably. Did anything happen?
Yeah, a little bit of water come out. Turn the bottom one, I think, Scotty. There we go.
See if it gets warm.
Oh yeah, should do. Hopefully it does. Take a while to come through.
Yeah, it's got to kick in then there, hasn't it?
Look at the wind just blowing it away already.
Slowing down, so I know the heat's coming. Fucking freezing. Oh, is it warming up? Warming up, that is.
Is it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is now.
That's actually alright. I'd feel alright having a shower of that.
That's bang on. Try that body one now. Flick it that way.
Like that?
Yeah. And then turn it on.
There you go.
That's all the way around, isn't it? There we go.
That's actually quite hot.
Is it?